Hey everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading. So today we're gonna look at like what needs to be brought into your awareness, and this is like one of my favorite ways to use tarot, as you will probably know if you have watched any of my videos by now. But I really feel like this could be helpful, especially like entering this Mercury retrograde um, in Taurus season. So I have three piles here. We have pile number 1 is a fox spirit. Think on your feet, number 27. Pile number 2 is number 68, wombat spirit, be at home. And pile number 3 is number 7, bee spirit, sweet results await. So go ahead and pick your pile and we'll get started. Hey everyone, this is for those of you who chose pile 1 or fox spirit, think on your feet. So we're looking at the energy of what needs to be brought into your awareness today or this week or this time period. So foxes are kind of like, they can be like shapeshifters, they can be very like cunning, but they can also be symbols of good luck. Something about they're also kind of tricky animals, like tricksters. So needy, that's why it says think on your feet. And then we have 27, which breaks down to a 9, which is about, nines are about near completions of cycles, and also they deal with the crown chakra, which is the chakra at the top of your head, connecting you and your higher self, you and God, universe, whoever, whatever you believe in. So I'm going to pull some tarot and we'll see if anything else comes out. So what needs to be brought into your awareness if you chose this fox pile? People who chose the fox pile, what needs to be brought into your awareness? Oh, okay, so this one wants to come out. Wheel of Fortune. And then we also had 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, something is coming to a close. There's an opportunity for a new beginning. Something about, changes happening, a lot of very quick changes, but also something that you've been working up to. So maybe like there's this energy of like you've been working up to something, haven't seen results, but going to see results quickly. We have 8 of Cups. And then we have the 3 of Swords. So yeah, needing to move away from something, needing to move away from heartbreak specifically. I see 10 of Pentacles on the back of the deck, so another 10, another ending here. So something's ending, something you need to walk away from, something that you've been working on. I feel like there's opportunity for like huge, overall abundance here. But you need to get, everything needs to kind of like fall into place. So kind of like having that faith for everything falling into place. And this is revolving around your emotions. There's something here where there's some like pain or harsh truth, heartbreak surrounding love, connections with others. Um, you're recognizing something that hasn't been working. So that's why you need to walk away from it. I feel like you've been investing into this though. You've been investing into something. You've been working really hard, to kind of figure out how to do this, but needing to kind of like have this ability to think outside the box, think on your feet, something like that with this fox spirit. I feel like this has to deal with your abundance, like overall family life, your career, finances, everything like that. There's some sort of like loyalty here. I feel like you're being loyal to something that has hurt you, that has harmed you. Um, and so even though you've like invested a lot in this, I feel like maybe this harsh truth is like it's time to move away from it so you could get this 10 of Pentacles energy. Because you can kind of see this guy sitting here like he understands he has it all, but he's not feeling it. Like he's worked really hard to get it, but then it wasn't what he imagined that it was going to be. So let's pull some more cards here. see what else we got. We have a change in the wind. Yeah, that's so interesting that it came out under the Wheel of Fortune because there's definitely some changes happening. I feel like these changes are for the better. I feel like it's kind of like uprooting you though, like your stability feels uprooted, and also that you need to kind of like change your perception about how you're looking at the situation. What's the Seven of Pentacles here for? We have serendipity. So yeah, this is like synchronicities. This is like happening for a reason. This is everything is working out the way that it's supposed to, even if you don't understand that at the moment. I feel like there's something that you've been really investing yourself in. You haven't seen the results, but there's a reason for this. This is like a learning opportunity. This is a growth opportunity. Something's getting uprooted though. Something's getting uprooted here. We have to the sea, needing to move away from something. So there's something about like this loyalty. You have some sort of loyalty to someone. There needs to be a transformation here within this process. This transformation is going to have you kind of look at your emotions in a different way. And so kind of like needing to be the observer of those emotions at this time. Being able to navigate these emotions, because I feel like this harsh truth and this needing to walk away from whatever it is going to make it really hard for you. We have imagine. Yeah. So I feel like maybe in the past a coping, so how you've been coping with this, one way you've been coping with it is to kind of go to this like magical thinking, but they're saying you need to really like understand this harsh truth for what it is, and because you're not going to be able to move on from this if you don't. We have the thinker here. So yeah, it's kind of like almost like strategizing, but almost like um, just building those connections, like building those neural connections of that kind of practicing to get better at something. Um, I'm gonna do one more line here. So put this guy over here. So yeah, change is happening. Something's being uprooted. I feel like you've invested a lot into whatever is being uprooted. Um, but this is all for a reason. There's all a reason that this is happening. This is all for your best, highest good. You need to trust now that this is for your highest good. There's a perceptual shift that also needs to happen. You need to move away from some sort of loyalty. So you've been loyal to something, which I'm not saying loyalty is a bad thing, but they're just saying like you need to kind of look at this loyalty in a different perspective. Like you need to kind of have this observational perspective of your emotions in regards to this whatever it is you're being loyal to. I feel like it could be like a partner or a romantic connection. That's kind of what I'm getting, but you take it as it resonates. Um, and then like there's this harsh truth where you're trying to figure out, I think you're really trying to figure out what your next step is, what you need to do next. I'm also seeing something about like needing to communicate maybe some harsh truth to somebody. So just be aware that we are entering the Mercury retrograde, so your communication could be a little wonky at this time, so just keep that in mind for whatever it is. Let's take one more line. We have Eight of Winter. This is like the Eight of Swords. It says, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. Yeah, you're feeling stuck right now. Do you see how she's kind of like on an island there? And she's on water. So she's on like this iceberg within the water. So you're kind of like feeling maybe like you don't have the security that you'd like at this time, and I think that's because of these changes, but that's why there needs to be a perceptual shift too. You need to kind of think of this in a different, like it reframe the situation basically. We have Two of Summer, which is like the Two of Cups. It says falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone, forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up, your relationship can be healed. So yeah, there's something transforming. I feel like you've spent a lot of time and energy into something, um, and there is something coming in, like some sort of connection or some sort of connection that there was a purpose for this. It could be a connection from the past. I'm getting two different storylines here. It could be from the past, or it could be from somebody that you're currently meeting or in the process of meeting because of this work that you've invested into something else. It's kind of like that's why there's a reason for this. Um, let's see what else we have. What else do we have? We have Nine of Winter, which is Nine of Swords. So in your head, this is like having anxiety, this is stressing, keeping up at night, not being able to sleep. It said unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So this is like anxiety is always there as um, a messenger. It gives us messages into what's going wrong. And I think it's interesting that we have this emotions, moving away from emotions, needing to observe your emotions. So there's something where you intuitively know something, but you're having this anxiety because you're not being honest with yourself. You already know like what you need to do, which is this moving on. There's something that you've been loyal to, or that you need to move on from that because there's changes happening. You've been changing and growing, and now the situation needs to change and grow. And so that's why you're having this anxiety, because you really need to get out of that emotional frame of mind and really be able to have the wisdom to observe those emotions. And you're having anxiety because I think you intuitively know that you do need to do something that's going to be scary. It's going to be hard. It's going to take vulnerability to do it. Let's see what else we have. What else do we have? Princess of Winter, Page of Swords. This says inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic, information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. There's some sort of harsh truth that you do need to speak to somebody. This is what I was talking about earlier. There's a harsh truth that needs to come out. So just be mindful of the words that you use. I'm also, with this fox spirit, I'm also, reminding you again that there's something about this situation that maybe you're not seeing it correctly. Maybe like a change in perception will help. We have the Empress at the bottom. Time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. So yeah, you need to figure out, get clear on what it is that you want. Um, Recognize like where your power is. Recognize where your power within, this these love or connections that you want, where that is, and recognize that something's coming into an end. Why is it coming to an end? How can you use this? This was all for a reason. Universe always works with us, universe always works with us. This was all for a reason. You're learning about love, you're learning about self-love, you're learning about your heart space and your heart chakra. You're learning about all this stuff. So just be cautious again with your words with this. Like, think on your feet, be careful about what you're saying, be careful about like you know our ability to manipulate when we don't feel good ourselves. So being fair to everybody in the situation. So this is kind of like what I have for you guys if you chose this pile. This is, but if this doesn't resonate, you can feel free to check out another pile. I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you. Hi, this is for those of you who chose pile 2 or Wombat Spirit, be at home. So today we're looking at like what needs to be brought into your awareness. Um, so this is kind of like for this, Mercury retrograde period, or just this period in general, like what really needs to come through to your awareness, what are you missing, or what could be helping you. I'm also getting with this Wombat Spirit. Wombats can be very like defensive of their home and family, so maybe needing to protect your home and family. It says be at home, but wombats can also symbolize, maybe there's something going on within your home environment that isn't working very well, and so maybe needed to take a look at that. Wombats are also a symbol of good luck in Australia, so there could be something about, your luck or your concerning your home, concerning your environment. But let's pull some cards and we'll see what else is coming out. We have the garden and the gate. So yeah, there's some sort of like, I feel like where you're at, you're comfortable, which isn't always a bad thing, but sometimes we stay in comfortable situations not because it's the best situation for us, but because it's scary to get out of that comfort zone. And do you see how there's this gate here? She's putting up some sort of boundary. It's not like a rigid boundary or anything, because you could see she could walk out of the gate at any time, but it's sort of like trying to figure out what you want. We have appreciation. So having gratitude for things, um, she's holding a rose, so being able to recognize that a rose's beauty, even though roses have thorns, so they can be very prickly, recognizing like the beauty in situations. What else do we have? We have fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, which is your heart chakra. So I'm getting kind of too like where your sense of love is, like how you take care of yourself, how you love yourself, how that relates to, your heart and what you put out to the world. We have the fifth chakra. This is your throat chakra, Archangel Gabriel. This is about your communication, being heard, feeling heard. So kind of like I'm getting sort of this energy of like isolation, not like isolation, but like internalizing stuff. Like you might be a person who kind of like internalizes stuff, but you're also trying to figure out how you can like get what you want. Like how do you get your needs met? How do you ask other for your needs? How do you advocate for yourself? How do you not become defensive, like with this Wombat Spirit? We have blossoming abundance. Yeah, this is about somebody. I'm getting the words that keep coming into my head are like somebody coming into their own, or somebody learning about um, like who they are, I guess. Um, yeah, something like that, like learning about who they are or coming into their own. This is a growth process. This is like an internal transformational process. Um, so that's kind of what I'm getting with this. Let's pull some more cards though and see what else needs to come out. Something about like connecting your heart and throat chakra. So I feel like advocating for yourself, you're trying to figure out first like who you are, what you have to offer, and you're trying to like grow into yourself. I feel like this is like a huge like introspective growth process for somebody, whoever chose this one, but you're also a little bit hesitant, also a little bit guarded. Let's see what else we have. We have Ten of Spring, which is like the Ten of Wands. It says, ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. So this is like about stress and burnout. This is about taking on too much of a load. This is bearing too much weight. It's bearing like, all the problems of the world or things that you don't need to take on. You're taking on like other people's. So I feel like maybe that's why we have the guard at the gate here, like trying to figure out where are your boundaries with other people and how can you advocate for yourself, because the first thing that card says is ask for help from others. So again, getting this like advocation of needs. We have the Nine of Autumn. reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. Yeah, so this is like the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles speaks to kind of like being self-sufficient, really coming into that place where you're okay with who you are and what you can do, what you kind of have to offer. We also had the Seven of Winter come out, which is like the Seven of Swords. It says, there's a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. Right under the heart chakra card. So maybe somebody's in denial a little bit, because it looks like somebody's kind of at a pausing point where, you're waiting for yourself to get, you're trying to figure out like what it is that you want, what you will stand for, what you won't stand for. I feel like a coping strategy for you guys, if you chose this pile, is to kind of like be married to your work, be like throw yourself into your work to kind of like distract yourself or forget about it. But they're saying, no, you need to face this. You need to figure out what's going on with this heart chakra. There's some sort of heart chakra blockage, and you're in denial about something. You're running away from things that need to come to light. You're running away from the truth here, about who you are or what you're capable of and how that affects other people. We have King of Summer. This is like the King of Cups. It says honorable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted, a romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. So mastering your emotions again. So yeah, see what I'm seeing here with these four cards right here is that you need to speak some sort of truth from the heart. But to do this, you're going to have to master your emotions, but you're also going to have to master your thoughts. Because what I'm seeing is like somebody wants to be in alignment with some sort of communication that's really hard for them, because they're trying to figure out like who they are and who they would be if they would speak this communication. And so I think it's important for whoever who's speaking this communication to be in alignment with yourself, with your values when you do this, to be ethical about how you come across. We have the Prince of Autumn, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Dependable, protective, chivalrous, humorous, cautious but wise action, meticulous, attention to detail, kindness to others. Okay, so yeah, this has kind of been like a slower process. I feel like there's something about like needing to let go of some defensiveness, some sort of protection mechanism. This is like an ego defense or ego protection mechanism that you're struggling with. You need to be honest with yourself so that you can be in alignment with yourself. You need to recognize like how far you've come, for you to not stress yourself out so much about this. Because there's a lot of opportunities here, but I feel like somebody is deceiving themselves. They're not being honest about like what they're capable of or how far they've come. Instead, maybe using other things to... There's something about an environment here, like some sort of an environment that's not working out, that you could be like denying to yourself or something like that. Let's see what else we have. We have King of Wands. Yeah. So this is like really taking ownership and leadership of yourself, really figuring out like what is stressing you out. Why are you stressed? Because there's a hesitancy here. I feel maybe you've been through some stuff. You don't want to cause any more problems. There's like a hesitancy of moving here. You want to stay where you are, but you also want to open yourself up to that growth. So it's kind of like stressing you out a little bit, and you're kind of like using work as a distraction almost. We have the Five of Wands. Yeah, so what's going to happen here? They're saying what's going to happen if you continue denying this to yourself, if you continue like not allowing yourself to lead yourself, what's going to end up happening is that there's going to be a tendency to try to manipulate the situation. And they're saying you don't need to do that, because you already like have overcome a lot of this stuff. You've already proven who you are. You've been through these transformations. And so they're saying like let it happen, let it unfold as it will. Instead of trying to hold on to that, trying to manipulate or control the situation, which is a trauma response, by the way. And I do see there is like, whoever chose this pile, there's trauma coming out, like, something about your past experiences are creating this sort of denial. Yeah, something needs to come to an end so that you can start something new. This is like a huge life lesson. Um, there is a potential for you to be successful, but again, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. This requires being honest with your emotions, honest about what you want, honest about following your heart, not being in denial about this anymore. We have the King of Wands again. And this deck, there's a female version of the King of Wands and there's a male version of the King of Wands. So I really, I just reiterate, needing to take this leadership of yourself. It might not look the way that you think that it should look. It might be different than what other people do. You might get a lot of flack for doing it the way you do, but they're saying, no, you need to do that. You need to be able to speak this truth. You need to, and then we have the King of Cups again. So really, really needing to take control and of your power, your energy, master yourself with your emotions and your energy at this time. There's this sort of like uh, passionate like emotional stuff that's coming out. And like I said, it's this process of coming into your own. You need to recognize when the environment is not working for yourself and move on. Quit defending people's bad behavior, defending other people's bad choices and bad behavior. You need to like master yourself, because there's a huge lesson here. You have so much potential for success. Don't fall into those same patterns of trying to manipulate and control the situation because you feel out of control. Recognize and observe the environment for what it is, but don't allow it to affect you. That's kind of what they're saying right now. So that's what I have for you guys if you chose this pile. I hope that was helpful. I hope it resonated. If not, you can always feel free to check out another pile. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, this is for those of you who chose pile 3 or B Spirit. Sweet results await. So what we're looking at today is what needs to come to your awareness, what needs to be brought to your awareness. I just thought with like the Mercury retrograde and all this other stuff going on that we could take a look and see what maybe you're missing or maybe might be helpful for you. So the B Spirit, this could be a couple of different things. So with the Bee Spirit, this is about like your work, being really busy. You could be busy with work, but also putting in the hard effort to, have those sweet results, to be able to see, kind of what you manifest through that behavior of working hard. But it could also be like, sometimes the sting of life. Sometimes life hurts. Sometimes there's harsh truth that we need to come to. Bees are also, I associate them with like the sun because they help, with the flowers and everything. So being close to the sun or being close to clarity and abundance, that sort of thing. But let's pull some cards and we'll see what the energy is here. So what we have, Treasure Island. Yeah, so again, with this turtle here swimming with this treasure box here, turtles are about longevity. It's about staying the course. These turtles can live, like over 100 years, some of them, and but they're also a little bit slower. They're going to be a little bit slower. Things are going to go slower. So they're also going to be able to, because of that slowness, they're going to be able to enjoy the small things. What else do we have? We have Blessed. So really like being able to propel yourself on your journey, to have that faith within the journey. Even though things are going slower, you might not see results right away. We have Peace. Yeah, again, about tending to the small things. Where do you find your peace? How can your heart, hold space for that peace, for that tranquility, serenity? Recognizing the journey, recognizing how far you've come, recognizing what gifts you have along the journey, being able to navigate those emotions, all of your emotions. We have Time to Go. Yeah, again about the journey. Recognizing opportunities. When do you need to take opportunities? When do you need to let go of certain things? Message in a bottle. So like all three piles got something about communicating emotions. So I just be cautious. I've told every single pile this, but just because with this Mercury retrograde, sometimes communication can get a little bit wonky. So needing to really focus on aligning yourself and being ethical with your emotions and your communication and emotional communication. Messages coming in. I feel like there's something about healing here too. Healing something emotional, recognizing this is part of your journey. Recognizing when to let go, when you're holding on too long. Letting the emotions go, letting emotions pass through you. Let's see what else we have. Oh, what other messages? We have the Emperor. Again with work. Something about work, needing to recognize your stability, your control, your security in the situation. Things might be taking a long time. Needing to still continue to take action towards the things that you want, even if you don't see the results. We have the High Priestess. Listening to your intuition. Being a master of your intuition. 10 of Wands. Where are you giving your peace away? You know that there's something about this is your journey and needing to honor the process, honor the journey. But I feel like you might be giving your peace away. You're trying to, this is like the approval seeking energy. This is that codependency energy. You're giving your power to somebody else. Instead of like taking control of your power and setting those boundaries. You need to take control of yourself. You know what you know. You know your truth. You're the only one doing your journey. Nobody else can dictate to you what that journey is. You are the emperor of your journey. You are the authority of your journey. You're the only one who knows what it's like So needing to really not give that power away for, for the purpose of approval from others, to gain approval. Six of Pentacles. So yeah, working on something, needing some sort of reciprocity with your emotional communication. We have the Fool here too. So there's something about taking a risk here. Needing to, this is airy, this could be Aries or Aquarius energy. So needing to kind of like stand alone with the action that you take. Needing to be strong in your convictions about the action that you're taking. You know your journey best, like I was just talking about here. But needing to kind of like really step into your power, take authority over that. Have authority over your emotions at work too. Something you're working on, something that might be taking a long time. You know your journey, you know who you are. You know what you've been through. So not giving away your joy and your peace to others for the sole purpose of approval seeking or people pleasing. Letting go. Recognizing where your opportunities are. Having the independence to go your way, even if other people judge you as being naive for it. You're trying to heal your emotional communication with others, and you're really craving at this time this sort of collaboration or connection with others. You want to have this reciprocity with how you communicate your emotions with others. What else do we have? Seven of Summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over-analyzing the options. So yeah, you need to figure out where your alignment is and then make a choice here. I feel like something has been taking a while, but they're saying that you have the authority over this, but I feel like you're getting lost in this like emotional overwhelm where there's too much, or you need to make a decision on something. Use your intuition to make this decision. Again, it's your journey, but I feel like you're trying to, the way that you've done your journey is maybe you've let other people tell you how to do it because you haven't been strong enough in yourself. You felt like you needed to take care of others before yourself, and they're saying, no, you need to align yourself now and know your truth. We have Justice. Take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. Yeah. So again, something about a decision being ethical to yourself. You know your journey best. You're the one who's navigated these emotional waters. So you're the only one who can have authority now over which way you need to go with this. There is a decision here. What else do we have? The Emperor again. So yeah, really needed to take authority over yourself. Could be like a decision with a job or something, or maybe you have multiple options for employment. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. So needing to lead yourself, again, they're just reiterating that same message I've been telling you over and over, which is that you have the authority over your life, over your decisions, needing to kind of step into that power, not give your power away to others. I feel like whoever chose this pile, you've had a tendency in the past to give this power away and do what others want instead, and neglect your own needs to keep the peace with the situation. But now you're recognizing your communication style's got to change because you want something different. You're trying to heal this type of communication. You want this reciprocity with your communication now. So needing to kind of like think about, rethink how you've been doing this. We have Unity. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. So this is like the Hierophant in the traditional deck. So again, something that you're learning, there's a big lesson here. This is about allowing yourself to have this authority over your life, over your journey. We have the Princess of Summer on the back. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and experienced. This is like the Page of Cups. A new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. Yeah, you're looking for somebody who will um, not just like allow you to have them dictate your life and create this stress for you and take your peace away from you, but somebody who will talk to you about um, you being the authority of your life, you creating these opportunities for yourself, you knowing who you are and knowing your truth, aligning yourself with your values. Um, so I feel like whoever chose this pile with this bee spirit, you've been working really hard on something. You are waiting to see these results. You are going to get these results. There's something really clear here about your emotional communication with other people and how you kind of go about that. And needing to kind of like follow your own heart, make this ethical decision for yourself. Recognize your authority over your life, recognize your authority over your value system and what you believe and how you align yourself. So that's kind of like where the stay is too. There's like a little bit of a sting because you're recognizing, you know, you're not always going to be able to keep the peace when you do things for yourself, and that's perfectly okay because the people who have a problem with that don't need to be in your life anyway. So it's kind of like this lesson of learning about your journey, learning about who you are and how you connect with other people. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this resonated, but you can always feel free to check out another pile. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for stopping by today.